What's going on, everyone? My name's Mark and this is Mako Reselling. In today's video I've got another what sold. This is going to be for early July, July 1st through July 8th. The month's off to a pretty good start considering it's summer. And in the video I will let you know where I bought the item from, what I paid for it, and how much it sold for. And I'll also put in some other nuggets of information on the way as well. So go ahead, if you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe, hit the like, all the YouTube stuff, and let's go ahead and let's get started. All right, July is off to a good start. Sold this Michael Jordan Wizards jersey. Got this off Whatnot for just a few bucks. It was an absolute steal. This sold for $55. So obviously a terrific flip there. I go to Whatnot every once in a while. I'll get in some of the auctions, look for odd things. You can find some great deals. One of the key things I think is, get in some giveaways, try and win some, even if the stuff's not good. It'll basically wipe the shipping out, and then you can get in and get some good stuff for just a couple bucks. But yeah, just a few dollars into 55, I'll take that any day of the week. So this is a personal item right here. This is a vintage Guinness shirt in Gaelic. I got this a long time ago, probably like 20, 25 years ago when I went to Ireland and went to the Guinness factory. So a great item for the seller here, or for the buyer. It sold for $24.99. It took quite a while to sell. I think it took about 8 months to sell, but I stood firm on the price, and I got some kind of crummy offers, but eventually it did sell. I maybe even could have gotten a few more bucks, but sad to see it go in some ways, but hopefully it finds a good home. All right, here's an item here. I am definitely glad that it's gone. This sold for $17. Took about 8 months to sell. Took quite a while. It's just a faux leather maroon jacket. This is a personal item. It was my wife's. She got it from a friend and had it up in the 30s for a while, but just being unbranded and, not really having anything too special about it. It just wasn't something that, a lot of people were looking at, a lot of women. But I'm definitely glad it sold, and I'm glad it's out the door. Sold these Tyndale flame-resistant pants. Got these at the bins, probably cost about $3 since they probably weigh about 1.5 pounds. And sold them for 19. Probably not something I would buy again, but this flame-resistant stuff, it does sell. Size was good on this. It was a 33. Okay, these are Polo Ralph Lauren, the Andrew short. Got these at the bins, probably paid about $1.50, $2 for them, and they sold for $17.50. Took about 3 months, not probably closer to 2 months to sell. This was an item I had about $22, $23. Someone sent an offer or I sent an offer to them, and then they countered at $17.50. Definitely less than I wanted to accept. But considering there's only about 2 months left of summer, I figured, what the hell, I'll just go ahead and take it. Okay, this here are some Polo Ralph Lauren Andrew pants. Now, I just showed some Andrew shorts. I'm wondering if once I sold those, this kind of got boosted in the algorithm. But got these for $4.99 at Goodwill, and they sold for $28. So decent enough flip, probably $16 to $18 in profit there, and something I would pick up again. Also, just looking at these, I didn't look at the size, but these look pretty long. I'm sure that the inseam's pretty good on these. Picked up this item here at the bins. This is Redhead, and this is a very good model right here considering some of their stuff. It is bone dry, so I guess that's either waterproof or water resistant, and it's called the Skentnil. Not really too sure what that does, but these camo pants really have a lot of nice features, like they zip up like halfway and a bunch of other stuff. This here I listed for $29, took an offer for $24, so paying just a couple bucks. Definitely a nice turn of profit there. And it sold really quickly. It sold in like 2 or 3 weeks. Sold another pair of Polo Ralph Lauren pants. These here were nice because they're vintage, made in USA. That definitely helped the value. Also a nice long inseam on these. So these sold for $30. I had them listed at $35. And I believe I got these at a garage sale for just $1. A guy was selling a bunch of them. So definitely, whether I paid $1 or I actually paid $4.99, a nice flip there. Don't normally sell a lot of books, but this was a personal book I had. I listed this out about 8 months ago and had it listed in the low 20s, and finally got an offer for 14. I think I actually sent an offer out and someone just counter offered, or they sent their own offer to me. But good to have this out. It's a good book. I read it, I think, a few times years ago and no longer have a need for it. I don't normally pick up suits, but this was a Joseph A. Bank, new with tags, suit I found at Goodwill. MSRP was $198, so this was just too good to pass up. This was on a thrift haul video a couple weeks ago or so. So this sold very quickly, sold for $66, and probably could have gotten a little bit more for it, being that the MSRP was around 200. But I'm glad to have it out. Suits can be tough to sell as you have to match the top and the bottom. And hopefully this does not come back to me, does not get shipped back. So a nice $45 profit there, approximately. Well, these Polo Ralph Lauren jean shorts, jorts, they sold pretty quickly. I got these just 2 weeks ago and got them up. They bought them for $4.99. Wasn't really too sure where this was going to land, so I listed it at $25 and it sold full price. So a nice quick flip there. Sold this Titleist FootJoy kind of overshirt. I'm not really sure what it's called here, but it's got a nice, turtleneck, and I think the collaboration with Titleist and FootJoy definitely help it. This cost $4.99 at Goodwill, and it took about 3.5, 4 months to sell. Sold for $25.99, full price. Sold these Travis Matthew golf shorts, nice plaid pattern here. This is the Sorry for Being Awesome model line, which I think is pretty good, but these sold for $21.75. I had them listed for a while, about $24, $25. Marked them down, someone picked them up, and they took a pretty good while to sell. They took about 3 months. Got them for $4.99. Good to have them out. Sold this Ralph Lauren button down. Got this at the bins. Probably cost about $1.50. This sold for $16.99, and I had it up, I think, around $18.99 for a while. Eventually, I think someone sent an offer on this, if I recall correctly. Took about 2 months to sell, so a decent flip. Not as much profit as I had hoped for, but market's pretty saturated with these. Sold this Perry Ellis belt. Nothing too special here. This was a personal item and had it listed, I think, for $15 for a while. Sent an offer for $13. Guy countered at $11 and I took it. Glad to have it out. Glad to have it out of my store. Took about 2 months to sell. Sold this Brooks Brothers Brooksies blazer. Now, it's kind of a shame what's happened with this blazer. I sold this probably 3 weeks ago or a month ago, and it was a return. Even worse, I did a free return on it, and it went all the way out to California. So I paid $10 to ship it there, $10 to get it shipped back. Already down 20 in the hole just before it got back to me. Sold this again, and once again, I've got a free return. I did not update that for some reason, and it's going once again to the West Coast. So hopefully it does not come back. If the sale goes through and there's no hiccups, probably will only make like $10 on this. But if it is returned again, then I'll probably just be in the hole just because of all the shipping back and forth. But need to be careful with those free returns, definitely with items that are over £1. Okay, these are some Liverpool trousers I've got here. I'm pretty sure I got these at the bins. I don't ever really go in the women's section. So probably just about $2. Listed them for 25 and they sold very quickly. They sold in 3 days. I took an offer for them for $21. So a nice flip there, and probably even could have waited, maybe tried to get a few more dollars out of it. But a nice brand. I enjoy selling Liverpool. Found these cut from the cloth blue jeans about 2 months ago, I want to say, at the bins, and probably cost $2 to $3. They sold for 19. This is the Catherine boyfriend model, so nothing too special here, but a little bit of money, 15, 16 bucks. Sold this Liberty robe hooks for $13.99. Now, I found this probably 7 months ago in one of my toolboxes and just decided to list it. Had it up, I think, around 17 or 18, and it did take a while to sell. It took, about 7 months or so, but glad to have it out and good to see it gone. Okay, nothing too special here. This is a personal item, a Carolina Panthers blue t-shirt, Nike. Listed this probably 8 months ago and probably started at like 14 or 15 and just kept going down and down. Finally got an offer for $6.50, if you can believe it. I accepted it, and a couple more months I probably would have just gone and donated it. It is good to have it finally out. Sold this penguin by Munsonwear. I believe that's the brand's name. Went for $12.99. I got this at the bins for about $1.50, $2. And when I bought this originally, I thought that this brand did a little bit better. I thought it went up in that 20 range for some reason. I remember nagging it or grabbing it. So this took about 4 months to sell, something I would not pick up again. All right, so that does it for early July sales. I will have more videos like this coming out. So if you're interested in this type of reselling content, go ahead, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you on the next one.